Hey, this is Brian from The Sleeping Elephant. I'm going to review Chaos Monkeys, Obscene Fortune, and Random Failure in Silicon Valley by Antonio Garcia Martinez. Is a metaphor for monkeys testing the resilience of a tech server room, pulling plugs widely on systems already set. A disruption, pulling taxis for Uber, pulling hotels for Airbnb, pulling books for Amazon. Chaotic technological innovation. You will be affected. Going apeshit, turd-flinging monkeys. You must have the gorilla mindset with the monkey's grip on zombies' minds from Silicon Valley. Heaps of venture capital to feed these monkeys with hoodies. Antonio is a privileged Monte Cristo Cuban who worked for the vampire squids at Goldman Sachs, Silicon Valley startups, the illustrious Y Combinator, rest in peace Twitter, and Facebook Fishbowl. Writing style flows like Blazing Guns of Hunter Thompson and Liar's Poker of Michael Lewis, Big Short selling disasters. And in the shadows creating Nassim Taleb's technological black swan. He reveals the feminism in tech for those willing to read. Before you had New York City's self-regard to the new throne, the culture of Silicon Valley. Build and conquer and connect. Free speech isn't free. Feminism, cultural Marxism, and social justice warriors, and their white knights of pure social justice. Cucks, manginas, white knights. He is one of the few techies bankers to reveal this. Diversity quotas to fill the cup half empty. This is creating 40 whiners. Gold diggers are moving to the Golden State to jump on the bandwagon of Steph Curry, Thompson, Iguodala, and Kevin Durant, where they're winning and dominating. Or they're looking for a techie to fly them into Burning Man. What does this mean? A cheap way for the government to become attached to tech companies, creating a Marxist culture. Not Hacker Square, but Facebook through a fishbowl. Tainted HR. Wait until the beehive entitlement comes in. Bring in the nanny state and sleeper bullying. Mollycoddling. Startups are founded with a cult and followers, not individuals. Quantum Superstate Feminism are at once aggressor and victim, trolling, provoking, and ridiculing their ideological opponents while at the same time crying foul when their provocative language is returned in kind. Coined by MIlo Yiannopoulos.
I was surprised by the way you describe women in the Bay Area. You said they're soft, weak, naive, and generally full of expletives. Silicon Valley has a reputation for being dominated by single young men. So, are you perpetuating that stereotype? Are you trying to dispel it?
What I tried to portray in Chaos Monkeys is the truth of Silicon Valley, obviously, without any judgment whatsoever.
Most women in the Bay Area are soft and weak, cosseted and naive despite their claims of worldliness, and generally full of shit. They have their self-regarding entitlement feminism and ceaselessly vaunt their independence. But the reality is, come the epidemic plague or foreign invasion, they become precisely the sort of useless baggage you trade for a box of shotgun shells or a jerry can of diesel. Here comes a zombie apocalypse. Entitled females will use their smartphones they love. Pokemon app. Female version of programmer, ho-grammers, as they were known, or more politely, brogramettes. Bros before hoes, microaggressions. Marketing is like sex, only losers pay for it. To a startup, media attention is like sex. There were few women one would call conventionally attractive at Facebook. The few were rarely, if ever, dressed for work with their femininity on display, in the form of dresses and heels. What about their personality? Nurturing, sweet, kind?
And then you'd say something that just made me want to slap you.
He was a real racing machine. SF is a city populated mostly by pussies, so finding a decent street race is difficult. Probably in their smart car flicking people off while they pass you up. He mentions hipster 10 times, yuppie 4 times. In general, emasculated lumbersexuals. For every beautiful woman, there's a man tired of screwing her. Latin American proverb. Don Juan. If you want to seduce a beautiful woman, court her ugly sister. Spanish proverb. Ooh la la, Latin lover. Azúcar. I looked across the table. If her look was supposed to disarm me, she needed either more cleavage or more charm. No sign of southern hospitality here. I pondered telling Miss HR to roll the bribe into a nice little tube and stick it up her ass. Is HR corrupt with social justice warriors too? Look, woman, unless you got a screaming infant in your hands and it looks like me, we have nothing to talk about. Female's fertility prime at 21 years old. But now you have saturated makeup YouTube channels, egg freezing parties, and a push toward Marxist utopia of a safe space of happy feelings. In closing, double screen for Bloomberg terminals, double trouble, triple shots of espresso, triple minority syndrome, 3D Facebook fishbowl, glass ceiling, glass cliff to the full-on clown makeup to the wall. Triple minorities survive the prejudice and overcome. This is an era of political correctness. Watch a glass cliff and the savior effect come into play. I love animals. Save the whales, save the white males. White males save the day from the CEO of Females Glass Cliff. Prepare for the zombie apocalypse. Double egg storage containers. Remember guys, lean in. Listen techies, Like many hardcore engineers, the man was incapable of lying and reading a social situation. Learn game, cold approach. There's no problem dabbling in civil disobedience. Hack that.